Hi techies. One of the questions that I've been asked a lot in these last 2 weeks of school have been, can I just use my Google Classroom from last year? Do I really need to start over? And the answer is yes. You want to start over because you don't want your new students seeing the assignments and postings and things that you did last year. Don't worry about losing those items. You'll still have access to them. It's just important that you start fresh. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you don't remember how to get to your Google Classroom, I'm logged into my Google account. I'm going to go to the app launcher. I'm going to click on More, and I'm going to click on Classroom. And this is going to take me to my Google Classroom. And I have quite a few classrooms, so it's going to take a while for them to load. So here we go. I'm going to scroll down here to one of my old classrooms that I no longer need right now. And so let's see. Let's go to this Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And the first thing I want to do is I want to unenroll my students from last year. And the reason we're doing this is because as students are starting to log in for the first time this year, they're seeing their old Google Classrooms and it's kind of confusing them. So we want to go ahead and click here and remove all students from your classroom, and this will just help the student side stay organized. But I'm going to go back to my classes just where I was at a minute ago, and this was the Google Classroom Exploration, and I'm just going to archive my class. And all this does is your class will still be accessible to you. Your new students won't be able to make changes. You'll still be able to find all your class files in your Google Drive. So we're just going to go ahead and click Archive, and it's going to make it disappear from my list. But if I go back up here and I scroll all the way down, I could go to my archive classes, and anything that I've archived will be here. So no worries, you still have access to it. So to start a new class for the new year, you're going to go back here, you're going to click on the plus sign, and now you're going to click Create Class. And you're going to give your class a name, call it whatever you want. You don't have to worry about section and subject. I'm just going to call this Practice Class. And if I wanted to give it a year, I could, but I'm just going to leave it at this, and I'm going to go ahead and click Create. And just like that, I've created a new class for the new year. Now, one thing I want to show you, the join code is no longer here on the left. You can find it under the Students tab. And so here's the join code for students. You can also, remember, you also need to decide what kind of access you want your students to have. If you want them to post and comment, if you want them to only comment, or only the teacher can post and comment. This really depends on your students and what you want them to be able to do. I generally go with students can only comment, but if you think you're going to have a group that might take advantage of commenting and things like that, you can change it to only teacher. You can change this at any time, so no worries. Now, I did want to point out something new this year. Google Classroom has added a part for parents, and it's a Guardian email summary. And so guardians can receive a summary of their students' work and class announcements. And you can include this class, or you can turn it off. I'm going to go ahead and add it. And so when you add your students, let me go to a classroom that actually has some students in it so you can see. You can click on Students, and you can click on Invite Guardians, and you can add their email address. And by adding their email address, anytime there's assignments and things posted, the parents will be notified. We've been asking for this. Google listened. It's a great new feature. I haven't been able to try it out, but I did want to share that with you. And just one other thing I wanted to point out, don't forget on the About tab, this is where you can invite teachers to also be a part of your class. So this is great for collab teachers, or even if you want me to have access to your classroom in case you get stuck and you need help, you click Invite Teacher. You type in the teacher's name. I'm going to invite Miss Nunley to this one. I'm going to tell it to search, and there she is. I'm going to click next, and just like that, she'll get an invitation to join this classroom. So a couple of things to think about as you're starting out the year. Definitely want to start out with a new classroom, archive that old classroom. Don't forget the join code is now under students. Right here, if you don't like it, remember you can change it, reset it as many times as you like until you get a code that you feel like your students can handle typing in. Don't forget to change the status for your students, and let me know what you think about adding Guardian email summaries. I would love to know more about that. I think that's it. Oh, and don't forget about inviting co-teachers to be a part of your classroom on the About tab. That's all for today. Have a great week. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Bye now.